Not your average tabletop. Woohoo!
Welcome to Not Your Average Tabletop. I'm Zach.
And I'm Pepper.
We're back with another episode of Try Before You Buy, where we look at a board game on Board Game Arena and we'll do a full playthrough of it. We'll kind of do a few turns and then talk about what we think of the implementation and kind of if we think it's worth getting a physical copy of it and just kind of some of our other thoughts on how it runs and how it works. Because if you've never played on Board Game Arena before, it kind of doesn't allow you to make any like illegal moves and stuff. It kind of helps you through in a way. And then we kind of finish off the rest of the playthrough. So if you just want to see a playthrough, you can either watch the end of that, or we actually have a physical copy playthrough of this one that we put out a few years ago, along with I think a review and also an unboxing of the expansion. So if you wanted to see any of that good stuff, you go check that out on our channel.
Yes.
But yeah, we'll get right into this one. I think on here it doesn't have like any additional options. There's not an expansion on here. And it looks like it is a premium game. So you would need someone to start. If you don't have a premium membership on Board Game Arena, you need someone that did have it to at least start the game for you or set up the game, and then you could play this one. But yeah, pretty much in this game, it's just a drafting game and a kind of area control. I don't know what I'd call it. You're trying to form groups of bunnies, of fief together that are next to each other on this grid board, which, as you can see, has some kind of mountain locations, some locations with resources, just some plain locations, and then some with towers on them. So you got a combination of all of those, and then you get this hand of cards that you're drafting from. And in a two-player game specifically, you get to pick a card and you throw a card, discard one. Um, in other player counts, it's kind of a little bit different than that, but that's how we will be playing this one. And then you can see a lot of the cards have the kind of locations on them, and if you hover over them, it'll show you kind of where it is. Which obviously, if you had this in real life, that does not happen when you're just looking at the card. You can't look at the board and immediately it lights up, tells you this is where that would go. And then you've got some parchment cards and some other things as well that you can get. But we can do a little bit of a turn, one couple turns here, kind of show you how it plays out.
Yeah, trying to get big groups together, so I love just kind of scrolling over the cards and seeing, okay, what's connected here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's definitely easier to do that in this type of version of the game. Um, hmm. Ooh, what do I want?
See, the big red X means that one is going away. That's the discard one. Always try to be careful, and uh, as you can see on my screen, I guess there'll be a little information to him. You can see the spaces that you have thrown away that will not be available because they have that red X, and but you do not know what your opponent has thrown away.
Right, correct.
You can kind of figure it out because we're handing the cards back and forth, and it's like, oh, something's not in here anymore.
Right.
Either took it
Yeah.
or threw it away.
Yeah, especially in a two-player game, you can kind of see it. Let's try that.
I don't want that.
We'll see what happens. So yeah, you can see from that first one, neither of us picked cards that allowed us to go out onto the board.
Yeah.
You got a luxury resource, so there's kind of the three base resources of wood, carrots, and fish, and then there are some luxury ones that have to go on specific land types that you own that don't have any other tokens on them. And then uh, you can see that I have a card, but it's probably face down, and that'll be one of those parchment cards. So your opponents won't know which ones you pick necessarily. Like you said, since the cards are going back and forth, especially in a two-player game, you can maybe tell what they may have chosen or else chose to get rid of when they don't come back to you. And there he picked a sky tower, and I picked, you can see a location out on the map. So I got that first location locked down.
Got it on lock. Oh, these are tough.
And Pepper is definitely the better player at this than I am.
I respect the game more than you do, so it respects me.
Wow, this guy. Yeah, we'll just.
Yeah, it's usually not the highest scoring game for the first, sometimes even the first 3 of 4 rounds. But
Right.
usually for sure not the first round. It's hard to even get over 10 points in a game where you can end up scoring 300 points.
That is true. That is very true. Where do I want to go? Hmm. It's kind of, yeah, right away, it's kind of hard to sometimes choose which ones to get rid of.
Yeah.
If you don't really know what your opponent's going for yet.
Ooh.
Hmm. Some of these cards I want. Several of these.
Didn't know I had that card, so let's see. Ooh. He did let that get by. I think I gotta take it. Gotta throw that. Ooh, actually, that's better than.
Yeah, I never really know what to. I'm not the best at this game. But yeah, that's kind of how the rounds will go. And like you said, there'll be 4 rounds in the full game. And I guess in a 2-player game, you can kind of tell the cards weren't going down maybe as quickly as you thought. I don't know that we mentioned in a 2-player game, you have kind of a deck of an additional 10 cards to start, and each round you're adding a card to your hand. Or did you mention that? Maybe I totally was not.
I said like, oh, he didn't know that was in my hand. Like, I just drew this absolutely amazing card for myself.
I would not doubt it. You seem to always draw the best ones. But yeah, that's kind of how a few turns go. If you want to see the full rest of the playthrough, you can skip ahead. We'll have it marked below. But we'll talk a little bit about what we think of the implementation, whether it's worth getting a physical copy, which maybe with our thing earlier of saying that we have a playthrough of the physical copy, you may know what our thoughts might be. But I will say that the Board Game Arena version here is pretty solid. I think it's a solid implementation.
Yeah, I think this one does a fantastic job of bringing the game to life, and especially it's very helpful to know what you've thrown away, because sometimes you can forget if it is just a boring space, like just some plain green space that you threw away in round 1, and then maybe later on you're like, oh, I really want that space, and maybe you consider playing
You're
a
the one
camp
that threw it
there,
away. Right.
and then you don't know if you should, or maybe it'll come up, but here it's very clear, you know exactly what's been thrown out by yourself, at least.
Right. Yeah,
Another,
that's true.
Another big thing is shuffling. There are a lot of cards in the game, and I think we usually try to shuffle it a little bit before we put it away in real life, in person. But then we also try to shuffle a little bit before we start. And yeah, it's a big deck, so it's better to possibly hand each player a smaller section of the cards, shuffle those together. It can be a lot of work.
Yeah, and especially we have the expansion, so that adds even more cards. We usually just always play with that. It's pretty much the same exact thing. It doesn't add too many new things outside of some coin pieces, but outside of that, really it just adds a ton more cards, another kind of board to add on to that plays very similarly. And yeah, I would say those, the X's, and then I think that just easily being able to look at your cards and kind of like you said, you can scroll once you get your initial hand, especially when you've got like the 10 initial cards. You can
Mm,
kind of just easily scroll over it and kind of it just marks all the spots. I think that's an awesome feature that it does, that it just makes it really easy to see like, okay, these are kind of in the general area, especially really early in the game. In these
yeah.
first, you can kind of be like, okay, well, if I start going here, there's like 2 or 3 other cards I have in my hand that are kind of in that general area. So I'm just
Yeah.
hoping that, at least one of them will probably get back to me, if not two, and I can have kind of 3 in a good area.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's a pretty great thing there, I think.
Yeah.
Just being
Yeah.
able to kind of
Definitely
have an idea.
for getting to know it and learning the game. It's great. I mean, gotten to be pretty comfortable where it's usually not that hard in person, but yeah, for a first game, first play of it, that's really helps you.
Hmm.
Uh, there
Yeah,
are a
and
couple
some
other. Continue.
oh, and I was gonna say, and sometimes even with that, like sometimes in your head, you might be off by like a row or column sometimes, and then you're thinking, okay,
Yeah.
I've got the card for this spot, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh wait a minute, that's not that spot, and then
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
then you mess up, or you might maybe not even notice until later on when someone else has the card, and you're like, why is that spot taken? And then
Yeah.
it's like you can't really go back and be like, oh well, instead I would have done this. It's usually not the biggest deal, but it is
Yeah.
something that can happen.
Yeah. That's true. That's true. And yeah, I didn't mention there are a couple options. You can go with a bird's eye view if you want for the map, and that'd be a little harder to do in person. You'd have to pretty much stand on the table if you want that. Um,
Right.
but yeah, that's one additional thing. You can adjust the size of your cards, which is pulling them closer to your hand, and just a bunch of different little options that I don't believe we showed off. Just thought I'd mention that if maybe this angle wasn't the greatest for some people, which people can
Yep.
say the board can get a little busy. Um,
Yeah, towards
Definitely
the end.
in person, but I've gotten pretty used to it and don't really have a complaint about that. But
Mhm.
this one, hovering over your feet, it kind of highlights it. It's got a little border of your colors, so you know exactly what all is connected to that group. Especially when you get like sky towers and things that might
Mhm.
complicate it. It makes it very easy to show what all is scoring for that group, and even provides a little scoring up in the top right of what it currently has for its resources and its towers and its current score as of the
Oh, yeah.
moment. So, yeah.
Yeah, that is a nice thing. I usually, I guess I never noticed that part in the top right. I always was looking for the sign, and I would say sometimes I got a little upset with it would like move to another one, and I'd be like, where did that go? Where is the scoring now? Like, especially if you connect like 2 of them together, and then
Oh,
the
yeah.
sign kind of moves maybe somewhere else, and then I'm
Yeah.
like, where did that sign go? Where? How much is this scoring? But now that I see that, that is good.
Yeah. It keeps track of all your territories over on the player
Oh, good.
panels of how many territories you have, how many groups you have, and how many of every resource, which some of the parchment end game scoring cards have to do with those. And there might be a competition possibly for having the most. So that's always very helpful to know at any moment what you have. But
Hmm.
one thing that I guess we would get into soon, and you'll see soon when we are playing things out onto the board, some of these structures and things that we've collected. You had an issue in the last game where I guess it must have asked you to confirm something, I
Oh, yep.
assume, and you thought it was just confirming like maybe a single tokens placement, but it ended up just ending your building for the
Yep.
round. And it was the last round, so you were just left with castles and resources that obviously you would have placed out and
Yeah.
significantly increased your score. You still would have
Right.
lost to me. We did the math afterwards,
By a
but
significant amount, but yeah. Yeah,
that
there
can
was that.
happen in
Yep.
this. Yeah, if you click confirm and you didn't mean it, obviously in person, you're not just gonna be like, "Oh no, I forgot to place everything out."
Right.
Um, but yeah, on here that can happen. It's the same as kind of the opposite of accidentally cheating.
Oh,
Uh,
right.
so it's a give and take.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Um, but yeah, I think I'd give the implementation though overall, outside of it's probably one of the biggest negatives there.
Yeah.
probably still like a 9.5, maybe 10, because it does it really well. And I think this would be a great way to learn the game if you've never played it
Yeah.
before. It's a great way to try it out. And yeah, we do have the physical copy. I think if you end up liking it, the physical copy, it has some good presence on the table, and I think it's one worth picking up. It's a very approachable game for a lot of people. I think, yeah, the most confusing part is understanding the multipliers and how the resources work. Like you don't just like for every resource, like if you had 4 fish, you don't get a 4 multiplier for that. You still only get one because it's per uh, single or different type of resource, specific resource. So fish, wood, carrots,
Yeah.
your spice that you've got there that you're going to place on a carrot probably sometime. Uh, yeah. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's a great implementation, and I fully recommend the physical version, especially for the fantastic expansion,
Oh, yep.
which is not available on here currently. I think that's enough for me. Where if I had to start over, I would go with the physical version because, as well, I don't think it's that hard. I don't think you're losing too much going to the physical version, but it's one of my most played games, so I'm very comfortable with it. So I'm a bit biased. It's also one of my favorite games. I think that this will do if you just want the core game experience.
Yeah.
You probably don't need to buy the physical version, but I still would recommend because it looks really good on the table. It's a
Great
phenomenal
artwork
game.
in the
Uh,
cards.
but yeah, just I would definitely recommend trying it on here. This is fantastic version.
Mhm. I 100% agree. And yeah, we can show you kind of the rest of the game, how a round end goes, what we get for scoring and stuff, and how the end of the game scores. So if you want
Yes.
to keep watching, that's great. If you don't, if that's all you wanted to hear were our thoughts on whether or not it's a good implementation, we thank you for watching this far. Let us know in the comments below if you have any other board game arena games you'd like to see us play. We've got a whole list of a bunch of them if you want to go check those out as well. Uh, but otherwise, yeah, subscribe for future ones as well, and we will continue playing here.
Finally get to claim this card. That just a great draw. Great draw. That's what I love when there's a card that's floating around that could be good, but it's not next to anything, and then you draw something that's right next to it. And you're like, I know they're not going to throw it away because they have no reason to throw it away.
Uh,
That's not really this case. That was just before with that city. Oh, you got one. Oh, you didn't want me to get that carrot right next to the. This man
Not
is
really.
plain dirty.
I didn't really want you to get that.
Does he have any resources? No, he does not. Could take that.
Probably should have taken a resource. Oh well, what does one do?
What can you do?
Oh, that's sneaky sneak. Of course that comes up. Um, hmm.
I do have sky towers, which you play them, you can connect two of your groups that are
Oh, yep.
connected. But you can only have one like structure on each, one piece on each space. So
All right. Whether it be a
can't
piece of
stack them.
cardboard or a plastic piece. You can only have one, unfortunately. So yeah, even when you I don't know that we have any camp cards yet, either of us, but if you got camp cards, you can kind of claim some spaces that you may not be able to get through drafting or something, and that's kind of a way to connect some things.
Yep.
Mm, 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 mm.
Hmm. Look at that one. 4 points for each fief you control with at least 3 territories. I just always like to connect my groups, so I don't like that one very much. It's a lot of points per thing, but I mean, it's not really because that's 3
Yeah,
Three
that one's
bunnies out
tough.
there for 4 points. I don't think I can really place anything out here. I can connect some things, but I don't produce any resource. I produce one water, and I think that's all. And
And
so
then
I
you
could
got,
really only get 1 point. So I think I'm gonna wait.
come on, place your stuff out there, the sky towers.
So he
Oh
scored
boy,
0 that round, and I scored 0. It's a
that's
close game. Close game.
hanging close for now.
Ooh, I think I won that. Want that. Throw away. Dang it! I don't know what's worth throwing away.
Hmm. Yeah, I had a tough choice myself. We'll see what ends up happening here. Oh boy, what is this hand you've given me?
Ooh, I like.
Hmm.
That's really good.
Oh boy. Hmm.
Let's see. Oh, he does have a diamond. Mm,
I don't love these. It's a bunch of trash that you gave me.
trash.
Let's see what happens here. He does play those cards. He does play those cards. That guy just takes it. I was hoping he would just be nice to me for once. For once in his life.
Once in his life.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I don't even know what I want here.
Oh, I'm gonna pick some specific cards. At least one. Almost.
What else do we got over here?
What do we got over here?
What do we got right over here? Hmm.
Yeah, let's do that. Getting the groups connected. Oh, nah. You ain't getting that one.
Not getting what one?
Something.
This is all just not good. Oh, this is gonna be really bad for me. Real bad.
How many? Oh my goodness, you've got 9 thieves over there.
Hmm. This is just not good at all. Hmm.
Mistake. Ooh, perfect time to draw. You guys don't know what provisions are. You draw
Wow,
one
this
of the
guy.
most fun cards in the game. You get to draw two off the deck, and I love it when they come late in the hand like this. I don't know if it happens very often for me, but
It, no, oh, it doesn't happen very. It happens all the time for you. It never happens for me.
oh, it happens all the time.
I don't think it's once ever happened. I don't think I ever get provisions.
What do we get? Oh my goodness. This. Okay, okay. That wasn't very good. Yes, we'll start filling up on hate here. Oh boy.
Huh. Wow, this is just not good.
Uh,
Oh no.
I'm for, well, it's pretty good. You're playing, you got a checkers board over here.
No, I don't know what game. I'm playing the wrong game here.
Ooh, ooh, that's good. Oh, you get that carrot over there? Oh, dang it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to connect.
Hmm. Oh man, this is just a mess. This is a mess, guys. This is not how
Parchment.
you play Bunny Kingdom. Oh boy, oh boy. Yeah, you typically want yours together like Pepper has his.
It's big group
You
here.
don't want them like mine. I'll just skip because I don't even have a clue where I'd even want to camp. Got one camp.
My carrot good, but I don't have anywhere to put it. But I think I'm probably going to want to connect these two groups. I don't know if I'm going to get to connect them soon. Otherwise, so
Oh man, this sucks.
Sky Tower that to that.
Hmm. There's
Let's put,
big groups together.
put one on the tree because there's only one special resource for each place. So I have
Hmm.
two forests, so I'm good doing that. And let's put nowhere to put that. So I am done. This is worth it's worth 3 points. I only have the tree.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. But
Well, still
that
better than
takes a
I'm doing.
lead. Okay, this is where it matters to get good things. Okay, that's a good one.
Oh man, this is just all not good.
Yeah, for always got a resource. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I could have connected these groups.
Oh boy.
I need some special resources. That's what I need. For mountains, I have 3 mountain spaces just waiting. Tell me you got like 5 of them over there.
No. Yeah. It's
2 of
just
your spaces are connected. That's all you have. Oh my goodness, this is tough. This is rough.
yeah, this isn't my best. Isn't my best. And it just might be my worst. It just might be my worst.
Oh, provisions. That's
Hmm. Oh man, oh man.
Left. Can I pull this? I gotta take it. I mean, I've just got some pretty good cards to cut your things off. Sadly.
Yeah, I'm just not. I'm not. I'm guessing you've already gotten most of these. I know there were a few of these earlier that I know I didn't get, so I'm probably in a lot of trouble. We're banking on the provisions, guys. We're banking on them.
Oh boy, what's
Oh,
he pulling?
nice.
What's he pulling?
Those are going to be very helpful.
Two strength 1 towers. Oh boy, this is. It ain't pretty. It ain't pretty.
Hmm. Well, well. This ain't good at all. It ain't good at all, folks. What round are we on?
This is the 3rd round.
Oh my. And this might be even worse than I thought.
Wood resource. That's the one that I do produce.
You don't want that wood resource?
Oh dang, this is not good. This is not good.
Hmm. Yeah, we're gonna have to see how this plays out here.
Oh yes.
That's not terrible for me.
No, some of these parchment cards are pretty good for you. They're ones that most players would never consider going for, but somehow line up perfectly. But I really haven't gotten a great store. I only have one resource. So he can prevent me from getting a carrot. Especially one
If I can just prevent that. I don't really want any of this.
This is not great. I can take that. No, I think that's gone. But I could take it anyway.
What's he gonna take anyway?
Oh, this will work out. This will work. This will work out just fine.
It'll work out just fine, my friends.
I didn't even think of that. And I got a fish resource. Are you kidding me?
Shoot. Well, we're gonna see what happens here. This is not very good either. Not very good at all. I guess I'll take that.
Fantastic.
I don't like the sounds of that.
I mean, it's all right.
It's all right.
You gonna play a camp? Is he gonna?
I don't even know where to play it, Cam.
What pointage does he have on the board? What does he have in his hand? He's got a 1 city, 1 city, 1 city, 2 city, wild resource, diamond, and camp.
And a camp. Um,
Could go over there. The camp, that'd be pretty good.
where?
Sadly, it doesn't have mountains by that.
No. I think I'll just put it over. I will end up just putting her there.
Okay. Let's that connect it to this group. You'd think they could just walk and connect to each other, but they
You
can't.
would think that. You would think such a thing.
I got that mushroom, which I'm very happy with. And let's put this big tower, let's put it right there.
Sure, we'll put that over there.
I think we're put there.
That on that.
So scoring 24 points. It is scoring 8 right now. It's pretty good.
And I'll just hold on to that last tower for now. There we go. We're hanging in there.
We got 27-10.
Going
Not
into the
bad.
last round.
Not bad.
I think I might be too far behind.
Oh boy. I don't know. I don't really have good multipliers.
It's true.
Uh,
Hmm.
got one. Throw out. Oops. What would he want?
Hmm. Interesting. I really don't know.
Oh, he got that.
Taking some risks. I think it's where I am. That's just what I got to do. Hmm.
Oh, do I just be mean?
He might. It was the risk I was taking.
It's an 8-point thing. I'm playing. Okay, we'll play. He's gotten very. He's gotten very.
I mean, if you want to play on it, I'm not going to stop you. Well, I didn't stop you. I had the chance.
That's true. He had 2 cards. He could have just thrown it away. He didn't even have to take it. And yet he threw something away that maybe I want.
Oh, I know you wanted it. It was probably better for me to have just gotten rid of that instead of getting rid of what I did. Because it probably,
Yeah.
I don't know. Eh.
And then he'll.
What I threw away was worth 8 to you, so
Nah. Okay.
ends up about the same. Well, 8 as of now. Could be more by the end of this.
Yeah.
I guess I don't even know. Was there anything good in that hand that was better for you to take anyway?
I don't think so.
So you just took something crappy just for the heck of it.
Oh, I didn't take crap. I took good.
Sounds of it, that's exactly what you did.
Jeez. But not this. This is not good.
Hmm. Oh boy. Yeah, this is tough.
Not
It's
good.
real.
I need to pick up some resources.
What does this do? Oh. Um, I could just take that.
How many does he have? Oh, that's yes.
Um, I don't even know if any of these are any good for you, so. We'll just get rid of some stuff. Hmm.
Yeah.
Just let me have some of these things. Maybe. He doesn't really need that. What does he
What buy?
need?
What colors? That's good.
Oh boy. I don't like that.
It's not actually good. It's pretty.
It's great.
It's
It's
great.
great. Hmm. He's got a camp. Hmm.
Oh, dang it.
Look at what cards I've just picked up like these random cards that I almost never pick up. I don't even know if they're going to be any good. Parchment cards, I should say.
Oh, yeah.
Locations, who knows if they'll be any good as well, but
Oh, we have the same amount of spaces on the board. There's a card that has to do with that. I don't remember if that's come in or been thrown away.
you will never know.
Okay.
Hmm.
Mm,
Hmm.
I think
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, this is my fifth game is probably one of the worst ever. For points I'm going to score for them. Just terrible.
terrible, terrible, terrible.
Do you have a carrot spot yet, though?
No.
It'll be interesting to see if you actually get one or not.
I have a camp and a couple of options at least. But I can't place that special resource. If I put a camp on there,
Right.
that's the tough part.
That is. That is the tough part. Hmm. Yeah, that's the tough part, all right.
Couple spots.
What else?
Need a good draw. Need a good draw for this last card. Please be that or that. I doubt it. I'm guessing. For this, I would be good too. The fact that he's
Yeah.
questioning if I have.
Okay. Hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Guess I better take that. Yeah, these weren't great.
He'll probably be able to tell me what I did wrong here, Pepper. Probably could score more points in another way, but we're gonna see how this plays out.
Yeah. Okay, so camp. So I'm gonna have to get a carrot just to get that extra resource. Yes, and it's best to go in the center there. Go over here. Don't think there's really a difference. This connects more people. Um,
Where do I put this?
that card, that carrot resource is the first card I got.
Oh boy.
Tell me nothing.
Put one over here.
Can't believe I can't pulse. Oh, what's he got? He's got some good. Well, maybe I don't know. He's got good parchments, I'm sure.
This ain't gonna be enough though.
He's gonna have some fantastic parchments.
Why do you think that?
I think he might win because I didn't do very good. He's got a 20, a 15, a 10, a 15.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
goodness, he went
Wow.
by 2. Oh, dang
It worked out for me.
too powerful. So you got the 7 wood for 15 points.
Yep.
Carrot King, you got 5 carrots for 15. 10 territories on the edge of the board. Oh, you weren't doing that good on that when
Nope.
I passed it to you.
I was
edge
not.
of the
I
board.
think I only had 3. But then I ended up just taking it because at that point I was kind of like, I'm just gonna probably keep splitting them up and who knows where I'll end up. And I knew I needed wood. I wasn't doing very good at wood for pretty much 3 full rounds. I think I only had 2 at the end. That's when I asked you what round it was. I was like, I'm not gonna be able to get the wood.
Yeah, I
just-
tried to throw it away.
Yeah, I figured towards the end, I'm like, I think he's throwing the wood now. I think he realized I didn't want to give it up too early
Yeah.
that I was going for it. But that was actually the first card I kept
Oh, yeah.
instead of, and I don't know, it probably wasn't the best idea. Instead of
Mhm.
going or taking I think I threw away another luxury resource that went on a mountain. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna take this, then I know what I'm going for.
If I could have just gotten the carrots, geez. So I'm guessing you threw away H4.
H4.
Yeah, the one that my camp is on.
Oh, yep.
Okay. Did you throw away J6 as well?
Yay, 6 I did, yes.
E3?
E3, I did.
Ah, dang it. So yeah,
Yeah.
I was hoping to get the one that you ended up getting, F7,
Oh, yep.
but then
Yeah.
you didn't let me get that connection in there, sadly.
No. Yeah. Yeah. And I needed carrots at the time too because I was low on carrots and wood.
I thought you had the most territories, control the most territory. I must have thrown that away, I think.
No, I threw that one.
You threw it away? Okay.
I threw it because I thought you might be coming for it.
Ah, yeah. Ah, I shouldn't have let you get that carrot space then, or that carrot resource production.
Oh yeah, I know. When
I
you
was gonna,
passed it to me, because I thought you might have known that. I'm like, oh, I bet he
yeah.
knows that I need carrot and wood. He's just throwing both of them. And then I saw the carrot come to me. I'm like, oh, you must not have known that I had
I
the.
just
I
wanted to
needed one more carrot.
keep spaces, have the most territories. But yeah,
Yeah.
I should have taken that. And then I think I could have connected to my city up here with my camp instead. Ah,
Oh, yeah.
dang it! Should have done it.
That was a pretty low scoring one though.
That was, yeah.
Uh,
Just forget everything I said about 300-point games. It's maximum 1010.
yeah, it was a battle. That one was. I just barely got enough of each of the resources I need.
Yeah,
So
yeah, that was.
I was hoping. The worst part was that hand. You have the 2-point wood one. I think that hand had just a lot of stuff that I needed at the time because I had already
Yeah,
previously grabbed the 1-point wood. And I'm like, it would be nice to grab that 2-point for wood as well and make wood really valuable for me. But I
yeah,
think at that
two
time
for,
I only had like 2 wood or something. I'm like, I don't even know if I'm gonna get there.
yeah, 2 for wood, 2 for carrot, 2 for fish. I didn't even notice until I had all of them. Oh, that's weird. And a crown, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is Bunny Kingdom. That's one way to play it, anyway. Uh, but yeah, let us know in the comments below. I guess if you have any further questions on this one for us, or if you, like I said, if you have any other recommendations on Board Game Arena games we can try out. But otherwise, subscribe, and we hope to see you on the next video. And as always, don't forget to keep on nibbling on our content and those carrots.